It's gold. Okay, so in the inner and outer corners, they said use Night Fever. And Night Fever has gold specks in it. And it's right here next to this black Night Fever. So it's a black with gold specks. Okay, let's see how this does. So I am going to use that shader again because I have nothing else in this kit to use. There's nothing more, what am I going to say, a little more concentrated or focused than the little short shader, but that doesn't work. So, alright, so I'm going to use this just in the outer corner. It's definitely more pigmented, the darker color, in the inner corner. So that makes the center of the lid really stand out, right? Nada. Not at all. Okay. Alright, and there's huge amounts of fallout. And by the way, I'm not seeing this glitter sparkle, which is actually good. It makes it a more usable color. But by the way, look at, just from blinking and looking up and down, how this is moving. Now, I didn't use a primer. Primers make things stick, but you shouldn't have to have primer. So it shouldn't, I'm wondering why did it move. Okay, so outer and inner corner, which makes that center of the eye really pop, right? No. I may add my own version to this. Okay, y'all, I'm not impressed at all. Okay. And then it says to add depth, blend in Stiletto. Stiletto is the dark black on the corner. It's a black matte, and I'm not going to use that because that would just make this entirely too dark for day. It's already looking pretty rough. I have Morning Puff eyes, and also if you had a hooded look, if you'll notice, this is coming down, so I'm going to have to blend this. They also should have suggested a blendable color, and because the kind of warm tones that they've used, supposedly this does not look warm to me. Maybe I'll apply a little bit more. I'm going to choose this color right here that's gold that says Honey Pot. So we've already determined that this is not the look of the book, but that doesn't mean, you know, that doesn't mean, that could just be that they didn't do a very good, whoever did this little tutorial didn't do a good job of, you know. So I'm going back over just the center. We'll blend the edges of that in just a minute. Tons of fallout. Just tons of fallout. This is not, I don't know. Fallout happens though, you know. So, I don't know. So I'm going to kind of blend the edges. Y'all, this is making a mess. I have to say right off the bat that I think this is going back. There are so many pretty colors. The problem is I don't think that they are going to have good enough color coverage to warrant keeping this. Now, another thing that they didn't say to use was a brow bone color right under the brow that really highlights. And I feel like I'm going to take this Moonbeam color and kind of hit that. Oh, God, it's terrible fallout, y'all. Okay, so I just used a blending brush, and look at, can you see all the fallout that's just sitting in the palette just from using the brush? It's just moving this at all, it goes everywhere. So you got to be so careful when you are putting this on. Okay, that should have been, oh dear. Okay, that should have been the color that they chose. Oh my goodness. For the brow bone, like under the arch brow bone level. Because I was using it as a blending color. Now here's what I would say. I would use Spotlight and Honey Butter, these two bottom colors down here, as the actual blending color, because there is no neutral brown, really, except Nudie. Let's try Nudie. How does it do as a transition color? Because this desperately needs one. Guess that helped. Y'all, this is just a terrible look. I don't think I'm definitely taking this back. I wanted to like this so much. I did, because I've heard mixed reviews, and some of the people probably said there was fallout, and probably some people said there wasn't blendability. I know a lot of, not a lot, but some YouTubers said that there was a lot of chunkiness to this, which can imply there's going to be fallout. I feel like this just looks awful. Sorry, Too Faced. This is definitely going back. And it's a shame, because there's some really pretty colors in here. Satin Sheets looks like that would be pretty. So weird. Okay, so that has a rose gold on the top, but when you rub it, it's just gold. That's really interesting. So I wonder about all these, if they're all going to be the lighter version than what you see on top. So that you could definitely put right at the center, so some there. And the inner corner. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Okay. Y'all, I'm taking this back. I know. Some of you may say, that is so tacky. That is so tacky. Okay. You have a right to your opinion. I don't know how many, I don't even know what I was supposed to say. I'm so distracted by this palette. But it's definitely going back, and I'm glad I kept the original, I'm going to try to blend this out some. I'm glad I kept the original packaging, because that's what Ulta requires for returns. That's all. I said, so you can try products out. They do have live testers there, which that's fair. I feel like that's fair enough, to be honest. But anyway, so I am going to, what am I going to do? I'm kind of scared to use this for trying to make this stick, it won't stick, for liner, because it's not having a good relationship with me right now. So I'm going to use that stiletto, and I'm going to line underneath the eye, and using this Sigma brush set. And I guess you could say, what if it's the brushes? But really, you should be able to use any brushes with a palette. And even this matte black, which is the last thing you want to have fall out. Tap that off real good. Even it is got a very poor, I'm having a real problem even getting it to lay down on the skin. Y'all, I hate to give a bad review to a product. I really do. And frankly, this Makeup and Chill down here, it's kind of like a mauve-y chocolate. I'm going to use that in my crease and try to clean this up. See if that helps any. Because, you know, maybe it's the colors I picked. But I picked what they told me to. I do like this color better. That does look a little better. But this whole $60 palette is not worth one color. So, yeah, that's going to have to go back for sure. Alright, so now I'm going to blend a little bit with this blending brush. And, yeah. I couldn't even use that enough to do the brow, so I'm not going to do the brow. But I will tell you another product that I picked out that is going back, and that's the Tarte Shape Tape, which everybody raves about. The color that I picked, because of in-store, it looked like it matched my skin better, but it actually was more yellow and beige. And the color that looked too bright in the store, that was like the, I think, light neutral or something like that. Or fair neutral. Anyway, it actually looked better. But both of them were extremely thick looking. And a little, so long of a way. And for the expense of it, I'm just thinking I'm going to stick. Is that Fallout or Shadow? That is Fallout. Oh my gosh, that is so bad. I wonder if I can make that go away. Okay, y'all. So that is as far as I'm going to go with this. I really do not see myself keeping 2 of these products so far. And I think I may be past The other thing that I would say is this is a Pirates of the Caribbean blush kit. So I am going to do that. I'm going to use this this Caribbean color actually as a blush, and I'm going to kind of just use it where I would even use, wow, you don't need much, that's for sure. I really rounded that up, and it probably shouldn't. So the first thing I would tell you is, boy, is this color pigmented. What a difference. This is Lorac. Look at that. Wow. Did not need much of that at all. There we go. So we'll just go ahead and dust out the little underoos under here. And also get over here down. Over here and down. Right there on the little jowl things. Okay, I'm liking this a lot. And I'm going to use Lost Soul up here to come under this kind of blushy look. And that's Lost Soul. It's a little more brown. And I like it. Okay, so for a bronzer blush kit, I do like this a lot. And this is the Pirates of the Caribbean, what's it called? I guess just Dead Men Tell No Tales. And that's a keeper. And if you want to highlight, I don't really highlight for work, but you could use this as an eye palette as well, y'all. Couldn't you? Alright, well that's enough for today. I will see you again soon. Sorry I'm going to be returning a palette. But I love you guys. Bye! Bye-bye. 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 Bye. And I drink some more coffee while we say bye. Bye!